finally, it's been like forever. Sunshine.
Hey.
We're sorry that no movies have been around, so we haven't been able to do anything, but we just decided, we've been hearing about sequels coming out and seeing sequels coming out. We decided, you know what? Dad's always had a list of movies that he's wanted to see sequels to, so we are going to discuss it.
Here's a list of the top 7 movies I'd like to, at least, have sequels made for. After we're done, if you have any ideas about movies that you've seen that
Please.
you want sequels to be made of, please share with us. We'd like to know. There are some movies who've had more than one sequel made that should never have been made. But here's our list, my list, our list of 7 movies that we think should have sequels made. Number 7,
Da-da-da-da!
Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Why is it number 7? That should have been number one.
Anyway,
Anyway.
that was a 1970 movie with Richard Dreyfuss as the star, who at the end of the movie goes off into space with the aliens who make first contact with the Earth. And after that, you don't know what happened. He just went up, and it'd be nice to know what happened to him in his journey, or if he'd come back and share some things with us.
I
As
would love to.
Earthlings.
You would love to see. That was the first serious movie talking about aliens where you actually saw aliens that didn't look like crap.
With plastic zippers and stuff.
It was one of the earlier Spielberg movies, and it did so well. It was so good.
A great movie, and a sequel for that would be wonderful. I'd like to see
Especially if he did it.
either
Oh,
Spielberg collaborate with Lucas or somebody else to get together to do something, or John Cameron. Any combination of all those guys would be great in making a sequel to Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
the main reason we are talking about it is because Prometheus, which is a movie I loved, it's coming out next in
Excuse
2
me.
years.
That's-
I'm just telling them that it's coming out. Go ahead, Dad. Talk about your sucky movies. Go ahead.
Number 6, a movie called The Abyss. If you recall, with
Oh, I get to speak now?
yeah,
Ed Harris.
uh-huh.
I forgot her first name. Mastriano.
Mastriantonio.
Mastriano.
Mary
Marianne
Mary
Mastriano.
Ann, Mary Ellen. Mary Ellen, Mary Ann.
We're
Mary,
sorry if we
Mary
didn't get-
somebody Mastriantonio. It was a great movie. Again, about an
That was a James
encounter,
Cameron movie.
an encounter with
So clear.
not space aliens, Earth aliens, who
Well-
were at the bottom of the sea.
Aliens that came from outer space, but they settled under like extreme depths of water. But if you get a chance, watch it, and you'll see why we want a sequel. That I agree to. That and Close Encounters. The rest, well, Dad.
Number 5 is Mission to Mars, a movie with. You gonna talk, or want me to do this?
No, it's
Garrison East is the star. Garrison East and you have nothing to say now. That's so unusual. Don Cheadle are the stars of this movie. They go to Mars on a mission to Mars, and at the end of that movie, they discover that the Martians who helped colonize Earth have gone off to another galaxy and left the spaceship in the face of Mars for an Earthling to follow, and Garrison East follows. And that's how that movie ends. It'd be interesting to see what happens after Garrison East reaches the new galaxy where the Martians have colonized.
Tim Robbins too.
Tim Robbins is in the movie, but he dies midway.
Ouch.
Yeah. Too bad. I like Tim Robbins. Too bad he died.
Next,
Number 4, Blade Runner.
that was good.
Harrison Ford, Rutger Hauer, the other people. Great
Daryl Hannah.
movie. Daryl Hannah, yes.
What's her name?
Edward James Olmos. All good characters. Again, about androids in the future and how they have gone out of control and they need to be rounded up and dealt with. and the reluctance of the Blade Runner, who is Harrison Ford, who's a mercenary, cop mercenary, whose job is to go out and help round up the androids. Um, falls in love with one at the end, and that movie ends with him and the android that he falls in love with going off to live a life of their own.
Sean Young played
Yes, Sean Young, that's correct. She was the young lady.
Yeah, yeah.
And it'd be interesting to see what happened to them because she couldn't die.
We have to revamp it.
And
Definitely.
he could age. It'd be interesting to see what
because
happens.
she's aged and he's aged, so we have to revamp it.
Yeah.
Well, not so much to revamp for Harrison Ford, but just
update the story and move on to see
Yeah.
what possible, thread of the future would happen for those two characters. Number 3 on the list is I, Robot, a more recent movie with Will Smith, and the young lady is
I, Robot. Oh, Bridget Moynihan.
Moynihan, yes, Bridget Moynihan. You know that because I'm sure most of you have seen that. A series of robots goes out of control with the master computer taking them over to enforce the three laws of robotics on the Earth in her interpretation of what the three laws means. At the end of that, she's defeated, and the robot that was designed to help defeat her is at a crossroads in its existence. It'd be interesting to see how that story would continue if they did a sequel to that. One of my favorites, number 2 on the list, is The Fifth Element with Bruce Willis. Again, in the future, Bruce Willis is a decorated war hero who's now a cab driver who encounters an alien whose purpose is to help defeat evil that comes to the Earth every 3,000 or 4,000 years. This particular generation of evil is coming with the help of what's the character's guy's name? Who's the villain?
Gary
Oldman.
Yeah.
Gary Oldman.
Mila Jovovich plays
the alien who's the star,
heroine.
The heroine. Yeah. She's very good at that too. I love her. She's a great actress. At the end, she and Bruce Willis defeat evil, and you see them in a biological position.
Chris Tucker, Dad.
Yes, Chris Tucker's in the movie too. You see Gary and Mila in a biological position.
Not Gary. Bruce.
Bruce, yes. Anyway, and that's how the movie ends, with them sharing biology. Be interested to see how that progressed with another storyline.
Number 1, Dad. You're
Number 1 on the list of movies that have to have a sequel made is E.T., the first real family alien movie that made a lot of money and had a great character name. One of the lead characters. What was his name?
Elliot.
Yes. Anyway, that was a great movie, and at the end you see E.T. going home, which was the ultimate goal. He was lost on Earth. He phoned home. His folks came to get him, and he left.
His folks came to get him. Get in the car, let's go.
Yeah, they came to get him. It wasn't a car, but they came to get him. And it'd be nice to know what happens after that movie, because the government wanted to keep him and study him and cut him up and dissect him and do all kinds of things to him, which probably would not have been a good idea. But he was able to escape and go home, and it'd be nice to know what happened when he got home, and as he aged and thought about his encounter with Elliot, come back to Earth and say hi.
Not this Elliot. Not this Elliot.
Anyway.
Because Grandma would have put him in a pot of greens and cooked him.
Those are the top 7 movies that I thought about that should have sequels made to them. I'll go through them again. Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Number 7. I don't understand.
Number 6, The Abyss. Number 5, Mission to Mars. Number 4, Blade Runner.
Oh.
Number 3,
I, Robot.
Number 2, Fifth Element. And number 1, E.T. E.T. on home.
Guys, this is a two-parter. This is the movies, Dad's list. We're going to stop, and then we're going to come back, and Dad's going to do...
A
We're-
list of movies that have sequels made for them that are upcoming.
that we can't wait to see.
And we're looking forward to seeing some of these because these might be great.
And some, we might mention some that, no, shouldn't. Should have stopped right then. Should have stopped mid-filming. And you guys know.
Wow.
So, we'll be right back.